Okay, right before watching this movie, The Wandering Earth, which I think is going to be awesome, I was listening to the Benjamin Dixon show, episode 746, 746, 746, however you want to say it. The entire title entails Mayor Pete and the Black Vote, blinded by identity politics, capitalism sucks. Listen to this. He goes off on a great tangent against Kyle Kalinske and TJ Kirk, formerly the Amazing Atheist or something thereof. I haven't watched him in a while because he sucks. He just does. And while listening, Benjamin Dixon says so many amazing, right down to earth things. And you could tell that you could tell he's ticked off. He's not going as far as he want to go. And I relate to that easily. Because even in my rage rants, I don't go as far as I want to go. I think I go only 50% as where I want to go, and I'm 30% of where I want to be. So, but I know if I go all out, there's no message. So, it takes focus during my anger to say things the way I need to say it. But then here in this comment sections where I got frustrated and at first all I had was insults, pejoratives, and things like that. That's all I had. So I decided to take the nice route. I did. So this dude calling him out because fuck him, because I hate idiots. And an idiot can always redeem themselves, but you can tell by certain words there's no redemption in because they're not going to try. This person says, "You're on fire, Benjamin." 3 fire emojis. Thank you for so incessantly calling out the atheist movement over so-called identity politics. There is too much to unpackage there. So I went direct. And what I wrote was, and this is not a back and forth. I wrote this, and I don't know if there's anything that they've said. I'm loading Gmail to see if there's anything yet. But what I wrote was, and see, mine is stated 1 second ago because I wrote it and was still listening. I said, that's where you fail. It's not the atheist movement. It's people in general, but these two happen to be atheists. That's as nice as I could get it. And it took 30 seconds of randomizing what I could say until I got there because it pissed me off. Because here's the thing. I don't identify myself as an atheist. I identify myself as Cedric. Who do you think you are? I think I'm who I was born as, Cedric Kennedy. Who the fuck you think you are? Do we got to lock you up? You know, that's where I am. Atheist movement. It's not a movement. There is no atheist movement. We're not going door to door knocking. We're not trying to convert you from one religion to ours or that asinine, arrogant, that assumption of you are my religion. That's the one that ticks me off the most. Christians think that, hey, everyone's Christian. Jehovah's Witnesses is like, we know not everyone is. You might meet some that aren't, but you can get them over. Just invite them to the Kingdom Hall, or just invite them to the church. That's all you got to do. People like this get under my skin and bite. They get on my nerves. I mean, they bite my nerves. Let's see, I've gotten no response yet. But this dude here, identity politics, he don't know what identity politics is. You know? And it sucks. Honestly, I can only assume this dude must be middle class, white. Like a girl or a guy. That's all I can assume. Because when you say so-called identity politics, let me tell you something. And I'm going to shoot real on this. When you don't have a grip on how to deal with the police because you were raised privileged in a world where you think the police are on your side, and then you get strapped down to a chair after your so-called false suicide attempt. I'll just kill myself. I don't care about this. Then they say, now you're on suicide watch. You keep arguing. You keep being an idiot and not understanding who is in charge, because that is what we have allowed to be in this country. The police in charge instead of protecting and serving. They're just in charge and murdering. Yeah, when you're not taught to protect your ass, you are privileged. That's it. When you're not taught to protect yourself, you don't have any survival instincts, you're privileged. When you don't have to worry about where your money comes from because, you just got it and you just go out and have fun, you're privileged. When you listen to politicians talk and they're talking about a better world and making a change and making America great again and needing your vote, your small donation, whatever level it be, for whatever ever political side it be, it don't matter when you can't hear what's not said. You don't hear, when you hear about them talking about black people and you only hear the coded words. And you're like, well, they got to get something. They're disadvantaged, so we need to help them. And we're going to usher in bills to do so. What bills? What policies? What plans? But you don't hear it and you don't care because you're privileged. When you can think so-called identity politics, you don't have to worry about you are going to get messed up, beat up, ostracized, or allowed non-equal rights allowed because you're straight or you don't look same sex or anything thereof. That's privilege. That's what that is. You're going to have to deal with it. It ain't that you are wrong. You were led wrong. Most likely for these instances, raised wrong. But that don't mean you can't improve yourself. It doesn't mean you can't learn something. It doesn't mean you can't understand somebody's world, their point of view. It doesn't mean you can't understand their struggles. It doesn't mean you can't empathize with their ways of life or the ways of life they have no choice but to have because they've been ostracized and kicked out of quote unquote mainstream life because they're different. And it ain't just white people, it's black people out there who sit here and talk about how the white man ain't gonna give them nothing and the white man hate them and all this, and yet they go around being nasty towards LGBTQIA people. Hypocrites. Privilege comes in all forms. Even the poorest people have their privileges. They do. So, get your heads out of your asses. Get the shit out of your ears. Wash off your face. Clean your eyes out so you can use every sense you got. You can hear it. You can see it if you look around. You can taste it. It's so thick in the air sometimes. You can smell it as the rancor wafts up into your face. You can be better. You won't talk better, but you can be better. And that's the option people aren't taking, and they need to. I'm going to watch this movie. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.